Hey, it's Cade and Heather from John Deere. There are a few different ways to install the AutoTrac controller or ATC 300 steering kit based on machine type and installer's preference. In this video series, we're covering how to equip a four-wheel drive tractor with the ATC 300 and 1200 cubic centimeter closed center valve. We'll go over some tips and tricks that will make this install easy, enabling the ATC 300 owner to reap the benefits of this AutoTrac solution. Please direct your questions to your local John Deere dealer.
If you're installing this kit yourself, make sure to review the warnings in the installation instructions and do this safely so we can install more kits together. Now let's get started.
Once you've confirmed your machine can safely use the ATC 300, the second thing you need to do in preparation for the install is plan out the parts and tools needed. Even if you're installing the kit yourself, your dealer can help with this part of the installation.
In terms of parts needed for today's video, we've got our isolation valve kit and the ATC 300 valve assembly that includes the flow switch. The electrical and hydraulic steps of this installation will be covered in a separate video.
For specific information on the parts needed, please reach out to your local John Deere dealer. Heather, what type of tools are needed for this portion of the install?
Well, Cade, the recommended tools for these steps are an impact driver and a crescent wrench.
Before we install anything, let's scope out the best locations to install the ATC 300 valve assembly, the isolation valve, and the flow switch. Heather, tell us a little bit about where the mounting bracket's going to go.
The mounting bracket for the ATC valve assembly should go behind the cab and between the rear fenders. This is because it's an open space and the machine's hydraulic connections are easily accessible. It's important to confirm that this will not obstruct any moving objects in this area. In general, we want to avoid areas where the assembly could overheat. This includes sources of heat like the engine, transmission, exhaust system, and areas where things get hot and have minimal airflow.
Awesome. Let's get this mounting bracket installed.
Once the mounting bracket is installed, we can mount the AutoTrac controller valve assembly.
With step one complete, we now need to install the mounting bracket and the isolation valve. Where should these be installed?
Similar to the ATC 300 valve assembly, we recommend placing this between the fenders because it's accessible and out of the way. We want to reduce the risk of damage and maximize the ease of repair. We will be using an intermediary bracket to connect the isolation valve's bracket to the tractor. This saves us from drilling into the frame of the machine.
The last mounting bracket that we install is for the flow switch. Where will that be placed?
We're going to place it near the right-hand steering cylinder because it needs access to the machine's steering and is relatively protected from debris. It's important to keep the flow switch at least 12 inches from anything that could cause electromagnetic interference.
And what is likely to cause electromagnetic interference in this situation?
That's a great question, Cade. This includes the battery, the isolation valve, any solenoid valve, the alternator, generator, and any other components with a coil.
Sounds like a great idea. Let's install the flow switch. all brackets should be tightened to the specification listed in the installation instructions. We are now ready to install the hydraulic hoses. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching, and check out the next video in the series on how to install ATC 300.